You probably have thousands of unread files, bookmarks, and half-written notes crammed into a single digital folder right now, telling yourself that saving them counts as being organized. But indiscriminately dumping files into a digital bucket doesn't build a system, it builds a junk drawer. You cannot actually retrieve or use any of that information when you need it. Look at this structure. This represents the tripartite AI-ready second brain. It takes your chaotic digital debris and snaps them into 3 distinct pillars, using automated templates and strict boundaries to keep everything instantly retrievable. By setting up this specific architecture, you eliminate the friction of manual data entry. Your knowledge base finally flows as smoothly and rapidly as your physical momentum in the real world. Step 1 is to split your digital life into 3 entirely separate, air-gapped workspaces: personal, brand, and company. If you mix these domains, you risk what we call context collapse. Think about the disaster of accidentally sharing your screen to reveal private journal entries to a business partner. This diagram shows how we isolate those domains. The personal workspace is your private sandbox for raw thoughts. The brand workspace is your megaphone for public content. And the company workspace is your operational engine for team collaboration. Inside these workspaces, look at the internal structure. You are allowed only 4 folders: projects, areas, resources, and archives. This is the PARA method, a framework that organizes information by how soon you need to take action on it, rather than sorting it by topic. We use this exact structure to enforce just-in-time organization. You only create folders for active work. Do not build empty folders for hypothetical future hobbies or projects. Combining strict, high-level vault boundaries with an incredibly flat internal structure prevents both data leakage and the procrastination trap of over-organizing your files. Step 2 solves the capture problem. Forcing your fast-moving brain to do tedious manual tagging guarantees you will abandon your system within a few days. Look at this split-screen comparison. On the right, we use deterministic templates. These text expander snippets use a simple trigger word to automatically format your raw brain dump into clean metadata tags, like attendees and action items. These templates instantly render your notes machine readable. You bypass the need to manually enter data, and your AI tools can easily parse your files. Now that your notes are captured, you need a process to develop them. We use the Seek, Sense, Share pipeline to pull raw ideas out of your private personal vault and prepare them for external use. This diagram illustrates the promotion workflow. When you refine a private idea, you move it to your brand or company brain by creating a bidirectional link. A bidirectional link is a digital tether that connects 2 notes to each other simultaneously, letting you trace an idea back to its source without copy-pasting the actual text. This process enforces the single source of truth rule. Every idea gets exactly one home. This eliminates version control chaos and ensures your critical project briefs never get lost in a sea of duplicate files. Step 3 prepares your system for artificial intelligence. Large language models lack persistent memory. If you dump an entire 10-gigabyte vault into a prompt window, the system gets confused and generates false information. To fix this, look at these 2 highlighted files. We use context packaging. You create explicit orientation and state files, an AI_orientation document in your root folder, and a project state document in your active project folder to guide the AI. Think of the AI like a newly hired intern. You feed it only these dense, specific project summaries to do a task, instead of exposing it to your entire unedited hard drive. To keep this context accurate, you must establish a mandatory weekly maintenance ritual. Dedicate exactly 15 minutes every Friday to clear your inbox and evaluate your older notes. Apply an aggressive archiving rule during this review. If a resource isn't tied to an active project in the last 6 months, ruthlessly move it out of your active folders and into your archive. Feeding your AI targeted context packs and regularly pruning stale files are the structural barriers stopping your system from devolving into a digital hoarder's garage. This represents your final achieved state. You operate within a minimalist workspace featuring 3 secure vaults, automated metadata tagging, and a perfectly archived environment. You have permanently eliminated the risks of context collapse, the burnout of manual tagging, and the frustration of lost briefs. This architecture finally works with your fast-paced brain, rather than fighting it. You now have the clean, AI-ready momentum you need to step away from your computer and get back to the real world.